is grieved to fund all the programs that we truly need. A tax should be levied on profits offshore, so people won't suffer their cuts anymore.
The apple we deplore. Off our shore. The apple we deplore. Now they don't only just hide profits, they also exploit workers in China at Foxconn, where their working conditions.
I could take all the programs that help folks get by and cut them to shreds.
No!
Even though it makes people cry.
Oh, yes!
And with all that money we save on the way, we can put into taxes the rich need not pay.
No! Get Apple off welfare!
Folks, you got the message all wrong. The true meaning of Christmas is to steal from the poor and give to the rich.
No! Good job of it.
That is how
Good job.
Position as a social worker. I need a card to go to work. And I'm thinking now, how am I going to make my car payment, my car insurance, and go on and on. So we need to fight together. We need to stay together and let our politicians know what they're doing is playing with people's lives.
My name is Mark, and I'm in a transition program in Long Island, North Quincy, right now to get housing, and the homeless rate is just growing. You know, people's health is getting bad. You know, it's just terrible. It's just and Apple, these companies right now taking money from these programs that we need right now is a big part of why the shelters and the homeless is growing. So you know, we're out here today to stand up against Apple, to
Stand up and fight back.
stand up and fight back, and let the public
voice heard. And when I grew up without food stamps, I would have barely made it. Unfortunately, my mom grew up in an impoverished community, and she was unemployed for a certain length of time. But because of her qualifying for food stamps, we were able to get by, even though it was a struggle day to day. And I'm sure there are a million other Americans that are struggling. Millions of other Americans that are wondering where their next meal will come from. Millions of other Americans are wondering how will they get by. But yet and still, we have folks in Washington that are just interested in continuing with the idea of business as usual. Well, we can't take it anymore. We can't allow that to happen anymore. And with our vote, we can change the politics in Washington.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we can change. And we can be concerned about the least of these, about the marginalized, the disenfranchised, because they also need our care. So let's tax on the rich. We need to remove the funding and invest in remove the funding from military to invest in social spending. Because the Republicans over the next 10 years proposed a budget of a $40 billion cut. And that's excluding those that are at the bottom. But we are a country that are interconnected with each other. We are a country that's connected by the hip because we're all American. Black American, white American, and we're all American. Red American, blue American, we're all Americans. And we ought to be concerned about the well-being of everyone else.
Congress should heed the advice of a bipartisan task force that found $1 trillion in fat over the next 10 years hiding in the Pentagon budget, and they should start cutting it now. The military budget includes $90 billion for so-called overseas contingency operations, which means continuing the war in Afghanistan.
Or on Social Security. 25%
of Massachusetts children under the age of 18
Oh, yes.
are on Social Security with a parent who is disabled or deceased.
That's right. So true, so true, so true.
The other piece is Medicare. I need it. I paid for it.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
are entitled.
Yes, we did.
We are
yes.
entitled.
Yes, we paid for it.
No,
Yes.
it's not an entitlement.
Oh, yes.
I put money in the bank. I want to get it out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay?
That's right.
And that's what we did with Medicare and with Social Security. Oh yeah, and you should know that this whole piece, Medicare, does need tweaking, but the projected cost of Medicare has been lowered in the last couple of years. So all we need to do it. What we do need is single payer for all, Medicare
Yeah.
for all.
Woo.
And it's a dummy. My 95-year-old brother-in-law screeches at me. You need a big denominator. You have everybody
Oh, yes.
covered. You
Woo.
can afford it. And the other piece with Apple, hey, I'm fortunate enough so that I still have to pay some income tax. Damn it, you pay too.
Tell them again. Say it again.
Apple, pay your fair share.
Oh, yes. Pay your...
And all the programs that we truly need. A tax should be levied on profits offshore, so people won't suffer their cuts anymore. Their profits are hidden from you and from me. Whatever reasons are big mystery. Time to go after their outrageous greed, to fund all the programs that we truly need. A tax should be levied on profits offshore, so people won't suffer their cuts